So today's the day where we talk about Terrifier 2, and oh boy, do I have quite a few things to say about this film because, like the title says itself, this movie was a lot more brutal than the very first one, and I'm going to explain right away once we dive into the conversation. So I really hope you guys enjoy this video because it's been pretty fun talking about the Terrifier movies. After this, we only have the third movie to talk about, and then we're going to move on into a new horror franchise. I might venture back in the future and talk about Hallows Eve and, you know, the little short films, but for now I want to focus on the very first 3 Terrifier movies. But yeah, like I said, let's just dive into this and explain why Terrifier 2 was so brutal. So this shouldn't be any surprise here when I talk about this one, but one of the main reasons Terrifier 2 felt more brutal is because of the bedroom scene with Allie, because this moment stands out as the most graphic in the franchise, at least to me, surpassing anything in the first film. Because in Terrifier, we saw violent kills like the saw scene, but that was relatively quick. The bedroom scene, however, is prolonged and unrelenting, making it feel far more intense. It's just a sequence that stays with you long after the credits roll. In this scene, Art the Clown attacks Allie with horrifying creativity. He slices her eye, tears her arm off, splits the other arm, and stabs her repeatedly in the back. And what makes it worse is that she's still alive, crawling for her phone, only for Art to return with bleach and salt to pour into her wounds. Unlike the first film where deaths were just straightforward, this scene lingers on every detail, showing the full extent of her suffering. The graphic nature is deliberate, designed to push boundaries. Director Damien Leone has shared that he drew inspiration from historical crime photographs, aiming to capture a raw, almost realistic level of violence. And this approach makes the scene feel grounded in the way the first film's kills weren't. The practical effects, with no reliance on CGI, just enhanced the realism, showing every wound in vivid detail. The first Terrifier had shocking moments, but they didn't dwell on the aftermath like this. Here, the camera forces you to confront the horror head-on. And what sets this scene apart for me is how it combines Art's cruelty with a sense of purpose. His silent, exaggerated movements almost feel like a performer, which makes the violence feel personal and deliberate. In the first film, Art was menacing, but his kills were less theatrical. This scene in Terrifier 2 shows a level of sadistic creativity that makes the brutality feel bigger and more unsettling, setting a new standard for the franchise. Another reason Terrifier 2 is more brutal is the improved practical effects, which was made possible by a larger budget. The first Terrifier was made for about $35,000, which limited scope, but Terrifier 2 had $250,000, allowing for more elaborate and detailed gore. This financial boost meant the effects team could create kills that were not only bloodier, but also more intricate than those in the original. The result is a film that feels more visceral and intense. In the first film, the effects were effective for a low-budget production, with kills like stabs or a gunshot to the head. These were graphic but simpler due to the budget constraints. In Terrifier 2, scenes like a character's scalping or a skull being split with a rusted cleaver show a new level of craftsmanship. The effects team used practical techniques to depict exposed muscle, torn flesh, and pooling blood in ways that feel disturbingly real. These moments are more complex than anything else in the first film. The larger budget also allowed for kills to become set pieces, each designed to leave a lasting impact. For example, in one scene, Art uses acid to melt a victim's face, and the camera lingers on the gruesome result. Unlike the first film, which moved quickly from one kill to the next, Terrifier 2 takes time to show the texture and aftermath of each death. This attention to detail makes the violence feel more tangible, as if you almost feel the wounds yourself. And for me, the enhanced practical effects are a key factor in the sequel's brutality. The first film did a lot with very little, but its score was limited by its resources. Terrifier 2 uses its budget to create moments that are not only shocking but also meticulously crafted, making every kill feel like a step beyond what came before. It's a testament to practical effects and horror, elevating the brutality to new heights. And Art the Clown's character development in Terrifier 2 also contributes to the increased brutality. In the first film, he was a silent, unpredictable killer who struck quietly and without much flair. In the sequel, actor David Howard Thornton transforms Art into a sadistic showman who revels in his own violence. This shift makes his actions feel more intentional and, as a result, more brutal. And it's not just about the kills, it's about how Art presents them. In Terrifier, Art's kills were direct, a stab here, a saw there. In Terrifier 2, he toys with his victims, drawing out their suffering for maximum impact. For instance, in one scene, he tries on sunglasses in a shop before turning violent, or in another, he mockingly serves food to a corpse. These moments, inspired by silent film performers like Charlie Chaplin, add a theatrical layer to the horror, and his playful cruelty makes the violence feel more personal. The sequel also introduces supernatural elements that enhance Art's menace. He's no longer just a human killer, but a demonic entity, resurrected by an unseen force, which gives his actions a sinister weight. This is hinted at in the first film, but fully explored in Terrifier 2, especially with the little pale girl's influence. His kills, like pouring bleach into wounds or using a chainsaw, feel like part of a larger, malevolent plan, unlike the more random violence of the first film. For me, Art's evolution is what makes Terrifier 2 so much more brutal. His performance-like approach turns each kill into a spectacle, forcing you to watch his twisted enjoyment. In the first film, he was scary because he was erratic. In the sequel, he's terrifying because he's in control. This shift makes every violent act feel more deliberate and ultimately more horrifying. Finally, the extended runtime of Terrifier 2 plays a significant role in its brutality. The first film ran for 86 minutes, keeping the pacing tight and the kills quick. Terrifier 2, at over 135 minutes, takes a slower approach, allowing the violence to unfold over longer, more drawn-out sequences. This extended duration makes the brutality feel more intense by giving each kill time to resonate. It's a stark contrast to the first film's faster pace. In the original Terrifier, the limited runtime meant kills were abrupt, like the death of Dawn, which shocked but moved on quickly. In Terrifier 2, scenes like the bedroom attack or a carnival kill stretch out, showing not just the act but the build-up and aftermath. And the camera lingers on the blood, the wounds, and Art's reactions, making you feel trapped in the moment. This approach amplifies the horror as you're forced to sit with the violence, and the longer runtime also allows for more kills, each designed to be more elaborate than the first, from eye gouging to dismemberment. The sequel has a higher body count and more varied methods of violence. While some criticize the film's pacing for feeling slow, particularly in the early dialogue-heavy scenes, I believe the slower build makes the violent moments hit harder. The contrast between quiet moments and explosive gore creates a sense of dread that the first film didn't have. And for me, the extended runtime is a key reason Terrifier 2 feels more brutal. The first film was a quick burst of horror. The sequel takes its time, letting the violence sink in. And by giving each kill more space, the film ensures that every moment of gore feels significant, making the overall experience far more intense than its predecessor. Those are my reasons as to why Terrifier 2 is a lot more graphic than the very first film. And it's honestly, I would probably have to say, my favorite Terrifier movie within the franchise itself. Like, obviously, I'll give my thoughts on Terrifier 3 in the next video whenever we cover, you know, the next film in the franchise. But I just really liked Terrifier 2 because this was the one, I will say, that stood out the most. Like, obviously, you have the introduction of Terrifier 1 and everything that came before it, but this one in particular just hit me in a different way than the other ones, if that makes any sense. Other than that, that's honestly all I have to really say about this, so I'm very curious to hear how you guys feel about this one. Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Is there anything in general you want to say about Terrifier 2? Be sure to let me know in the comment section down below. And if you guys enjoy the content on the channel, as always, be sure to like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. If you guys want to follow me on my social media, be sure to check out my X, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. All the links to those are located in the description below. Also, be sure to join my Discord server. It is pinned in the comment section down below. It will automatically direct you to the server if you click on the link. And if you want to talk about video games, horror, cartoons, TV shows, movies, just like how we do on this channel for other people, including me myself, be sure to join the server if you guys are interested. Also, be sure to click on that bell for notifications. You guys are notified whenever a new video drops on the channel. Other than that, I hope you guys are having a fantastic day, wherever the day may be, if it's the daytime, the nighttime, or the evening. And I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, peace out.